and welcome back to Girl and the Hammer. So today we are on issue 8 of the Stormbringer magazine. So this one, hold on, let me rewind. So a little bit of backstory. I thought I was getting on top of these magazines and everything, and yesterday the next 4 arrived and I'd only done 2 of the previous lot. So I now have 6 to get through in 4 weeks, which is a little bit crazy, but there we go. So the reason I tell you this is because this comes with a mini, but I've actually started painting it because I need to get through it. So I'm sorry about that, but needs must and everything. So yeah, let's dive into issue 8 of the Stormbringer magazine. Okay, so issue 8, this is crazy. So this came with the Lord Imperatant and the Gryph-hound. I think this is called a Gryph-hound. It doesn't actually say it on here. Maybe when I open it up, it will. But anyway, so you can see it on here, that little cute griffiny houndy thing there. So it came with that, and it also came with a brush. This is a base brush for basing your minis, I think. But anyway, it came with one of these, so definitely a synthetic brush, and it's white. So let's have a look in the magazine and see. This one is actually a lot thinner, this magazine, so I don't actually know what's in it, but let's open it up and have a look. So first things first, there is no backstory lore or anything in this one by the seams of it, because normally they pop it at the front here. It goes straight into, it is called a Gryph-hound. Gryph-hound? Yeah, so it goes straight into the Lord Imperatant. Please correct me if I'm wrong, again, because you know what I'm like. You've probably watched enough of my videos now to know that I am shocking at pronouncing the names of these minis. So it's basically, they do it with all of the minis you get. You get like this little character traits grid here. Actually see that, but you get a little character traits grid here, so you get to roll to decide like their backstory, you know, give your minis a little bit more personality. You also can pick their name and the name of the Gryph-hound and things like that. So this is, I've just found a little bit of the sprue in the magazine. Pop that there for later. Yeah, so you get a little bit of a background. This is a really cool mini. Like, I've already started putting together and painting him. If you check out my Instagram, you'll see that I've done like this cosmic cloaky kind of thing. I've now decided I want to paint my Stormcast like more cosmic-y, you know, lightning-y, constellation kind of look. Like, I want to have like a proper theme, whereas my others I just went with the box art kind of thing. Whereas now I'm getting a little bit more creative and I want to give them a bit more something. So yeah, so if you haven't seen, go check out my Instagram, just at Girl and the Hammer, and you'll see it there. So a little bit on that, and then there is a bit more on how to build them. These are back to being bloody push fit. I don't know what is going on with that, but it's I'm kind of getting into it now. Like, I think the more you do with push fit, the better you get. So I'm kind of getting used to doing that now, but it's definitely not my favorite to do, is push fit. But yeah, these ones are push fit, unfortunately. The Gryph-hound was super easy to put together, so that made life a little bit easier. So yeah, just shows you how to put them together, and then we are back on to how to paint. So there seems to be a lot more now in the magazines on how to paint. Like, we had a massive section in the last one. We've got more paints, we've got more brushes now. which is good. It's still not like, it's still a little bit like sucking eggs, I think, with how to paint. So you can see here, it's just talking about like the brush. It's just talking about how to hold your brush. Large basing brush. I think it's even got like apply to the palette, remove paint, wash brush, add water, mix on palette. It's very good, it's very broken down. Like I said, it's probably best for like more of your beginners or younger kids. But there we go. It is all in there. And then it's got how to base the Stormcast Eternals. It's obviously only using the paints that we've gotten with these issues. Which is good. The more that we get, obviously the more intricate this is becoming, but it's still, if you're only using the paints from this, then it's going to look very basic, but it does make it ready to play with, I think. So they're like battle ready, I think. Okay, and then we've got our big section, which is actually quite a big section on the how to play. So in the last magazine, I didn't, obviously, we're not quite there with how to play. I'm only on issue 4 with how to play, but I think we were moving on to like movement, and this is just, it's called Movement Continued on this one. So it's obviously just teaching us a little bit more on the movement phase. It's got running, retreating, piling in, combat phase, so charge phase. There's another thing called, so the run through, the play through is called Take and Hold. So it does look very interesting. And in this one, they're using the Hobgrot splitters. So I've literally just finished my ones of them. Thank God, because there were 10 and they were, thank God for an airbrush. Like, I don't know how I haven't discovered an airbrush sooner, because I don't know how I was basing by hand. Like, 10, my gut rippers, I don't know how I did that by hand. That took me forever, whereas the airbrush just made light work of basing the Hobgrots. So we've got more of the War Scrolls and that. Oh my God, how good does that look? Like, how good is that artwork? It's so good. So that's basically it. There's not really much in this magazine, I think. It's based more around painting and playing. I think this is because there's not a large, it's not a large unit, it's just literally two minis, and there's not really any more backstory or the lore or anything in this one. So it's quite an easy one to do. I will there'll be another video on this one, how to play, when I get there, because I'm still only on issue 4 with how to play, because they take a little bit longer. But I hope you like the video, the little insight into issue 8, and let me know in the comments. Thank you very much and goodbye.